Hey guys, it's me again. So I'm not sure if you realized, but that was supposed to be a rice gum impression. Okay, so pretty much, I don't know why. It's kind of just my thing now to like start off an intro impersonating someone. I don't know. If you don't like it, please stay on my channel. I mean, maybe you don't have to comment or something, but just like don't talk about it because I'll personally get offended. Okay, so pretty much we are doing this sort of like CS:GO strats video. Partially because, I'm out of ideas and I'm desperate for the YouTube revenue. That's why this video is going to be 10 minutes long. Alright, obviously I'm kidding, but, I did feel like talking about a cool strat. I'm pretty sure at the time pretty much right now as I'm recording this, they kind of released an update where they fixed the double jumping, I guess. I personally, is there even double jumping now? Like, can you, like, I don't know. I feel like there's no more double jumping. Unless I'm doing it wrong. I don't fucking know. Whatever. We're going to be talking about a B strat today, boys. Okay, so first off, let me just quickly explain. There are two different B strats, right? One of them is the simplest shit ever that probably everyone knows. And if you guys are interested in all of the B smokes, you can. I'll probably have like an annotation or something on the screen right now to go click on another video, which kind of shows you guys all the B smoke, all the Mirage smokes pretty much. So that tutorial explains 90% of the Mirage smokes. Obviously, you do learn more smokes by just experimenting and figuring out what needs to be smoked off more than others. And one of these strats was created, I'm not going to say a while ago, but it's also not very recent. I've been working on this strat for a while. Kind of saved it for a time like this when I finally get the smoke that kind of works. But pretty much both of these strats are going to involve an arch smoke. I'll clarify them, like I'll say this is the strat, and then the next strat I'll kind of point out here's the new strat, right? So pretty much this smoke is an arch smoke, which pretty much just smokes off this. You get the point, I fucked up. But anyone that's here plays this, he's gonna have to either expose himself or be completely fucking useless here. So yeah, it's a really good smoke, obviously if it lands better. But yeah, it's really simple. You kind of go here. This is the bench smoke area. So remember, this is kind of like a 2-in-1 smoke. You could throw one here, which obviously, lands for a bench guy. Pretty simple, right? Simple multivariable calculus. And then this one, you could kind of stand right here. Just kind of go in the middle. It doesn't need to be exact. You could just kind of be like this. Look at that same spot and jump. Alright, and what's going to happen is it hits the top, bounces off a few things, thingy-bobbers, and lands perfectly for arches, whatever this area is called, I guess, again. And maybe, yeah, he could jump if he's all the way over here, still smoked off, and yeah, obviously he has to peek out like this. So pretty much you get the point. It's a regular-ass arch smoke. And now since we're doing the first strat, you can also have another guy. So this involves 3 people with a smoke. Another guy over here throwing a regular kitchen smoke, pretty simple. Line up at the doorway, look at this kind of this house area a bit to the right of it, so you don't hit the actual house. And pretty much what we'll do is it'll bounce off of this and land perfectly for anyone outside kitchen. Obviously, it won't smoke off inside of kitchen, but anyone crossing kitchen, this obviously isn't smoked off, but like this is how much commitment he really has. You know what I mean? You could experiment with it. And another smoke, which is actually for window. All 3 of these smokes have been in that smoke video, so if you're interested in I'm doing a little bit, too fast or whatever. So, okay, so you line up at the spot, right? Pretty simple. This blob, random blob, look at it. Some people actually look at this, same thing though. You look at that, and right in between, pretty much all of these involve like this house, I still don't know, tower. And you look at this, right in between the two, throw it right there, should land, or should kind of glide right past the thing and land perfectly for window. So if you kind of have a window guy, he can't fucking see anything. Yeah, obviously he kind of sees the top, but that's fucking irrelevant. So that's the strat, right? Obviously you can have both of these strats do involve some sort of execute, where you could have a guy with a flash sort of peek this, and that flashes out for van. You could also throw the same flash in the same corner, so once again you line up in this corner. I've talked about this flash multiple times, so whoever watches my strat, obviously there's some people that might be new, so you go into this corner, you go look at the tip of the refrigerator. I made this one up, but I've seen someone else throw it where you kind of same spot, look at the dot. I personally prefer the one that I created, but they both flash the same thing. As you can see, both kind of land really similar to each other. And After this flash, you could obviously follow up with a molly for van, and the entry fragger could clear this, not have to worry about bench, or he can't be seen from bench. You get the point. Entry fragger clears all this shit, and that's his job. So obviously everyone has their roles. Another guy could also obviously maybe throw this flash. He doesn't need to. Got it, just a running flash, pops out for everyone on site. But if this is a fuck up, it'll literally fuck up everyone. Like, if the flash is an underthrow, it'll pop flash right there. Or not pop flash, right? You get the point. It's going to flash everyone on your team. So, really, this flash is situational. If you have, I don't know, let's say maybe, like, obviously if you overthrow it also, by the way, it will pop for anyone arch. But, yeah, it's situational. Let's say it's like a 3v2. You guys have to, you know, if it's not a 5-man rush and everyone's in front of you, you might hit someone, so that flash could fuck everything over. So it'd be, you know, advantageous, I guess is the word. I just got a notification. Okay, ignore that. That same guy could also follow up if he doesn't want to throw that flash. He doesn't have to. Follow up with a molly. Just kind of, you'll feel it eventually. Just make sure you don't hit that, but kind of like run with it, and you throw that molly, and it'll pop for anyone bench. So if there's a guy hiding bench, obviously this is a gay spot that maybe if you really want to be a silver, you could throw the bench smoke that I said earlier, and it'll kind of make him useless. Obviously, you don't know if it's cleared or not, so I don't know. I'm just saying, the guy that plays here, you won't see this spot ever unless it's fucking, I don't know, silver. But pretty much why I feel like this strat is good is because obviously it eliminates this arch player, which makes him committed to this person, which makes him exposed and committed to this spot and easily dead. But then again, he could also get the kills before you. So it's CSGO, you know, it's Counter-Strike. You can't expect to rely on the smokes. You know, people are people. They're not robots. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. An example is Stewie 2K. Ignore that. Pretty much, this guy could fall back. Either way, it contributes to him changing up positions, whereas this would be the dominant position for him to get a few taps. I personally play this position, and a lot of people don't know the smoke, so I take advantage of it. And if they do, I fall back ladder him personally, because if I commit, it's either I get the kill or my teammate dies on site, and it's a 4v4, 4v3, 4v5 possible retake. Now what you do is you also smoke off window, so you can clearly cross. One guy can obviously commit, because there are 5 people, hopefully, maybe, that are, you know, going on site. So once you have 2 people committing to site, obviously one guy can just stick to the player, hopefully win that 1v1 battle. And you smoke off kitchen. So this is how it would look like, right? I'm just gonna quickly demonstrate it with a molly near here and a molly over here. And what happens is you could cross with just this spot open. Obviously site, these 2 areas are kind of cleared off, because if they're hiding in the van area, they're pretty much fucked, because they're out in the open trying to not die in the molly. And a guy bench as well will not have any cover by the bench. The whole reason why bench is a spot is because you have some sort of cover, but it's still, you're really committed if you play bench. We're not, okay, this isn't a tutorial on how to play bench, okay? Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm talking a lot, and I'm getting into this serious mode. My past few commentaries have been like troll stuff, but you get the point. You know, I personally have used, like, obviously not myself, my friends and I have personally used this strat. Some people know the smokes, you know what I mean? Like, if you have a decent 5-man committed players team, quote-unquote team, whatever, then this will be a decent strat. But one of the smokes, which I found kind of irrelevant, to be honest, was the kitchen smoke, because it wasn't really useful, you know what I mean? Like, this guy, the only that's a weird, like, way to pronounce it. The only fucking shit. Only thing this guy does is pretty much watch the cross if there's a guy committed to van, and watch someone cross into bench, right? So I'm like, you know what, let's take advantage of that. That's pretty much a waste of a smoke, you know what I mean? Like, this guy won't do anything with the smoke. Maybe he'll gain some positioning, but honestly, it's useless. So pretty much what I decided to do is actually throw a mid-site smoke instead. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this smoke took me some time to practice, which is why I really did delay this tutorial a bit. Like, obviously I had other videos planned, but I did take my time with the smoke, because it really isn't easy to land. If you decide to do this, keep in mind that it's not easy to do, so might as well practice. But pretty much it's similar to the kitchen spot. you kind of line up here, but then you also want to hug this. So even based off where you throw it from, it's already fucking hard. So it's not extremely hard. It's just if you have a short crosshair, there's a lot of guessing on where to throw it. If you have a long crosshair, just kind of adapt to where to throw it based on your crosshair. But yeah, you line up in this thing. Sorry, that's a lot of cars. It's fucking 2 o'clock. It's rush hour, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't go outside. So you line up in this. It's not really a corner. It's just like a stub or some shit, right? You look up, and I guess I'll start off with this, right? So you look at this area, but there's a bit of a crack. I guess I could zoom in. It's kind of hard to tell. This area, this crack thing, kind of look at that, because if you're directly on this line, you kind of will fuck up. But let's do this again. Here we go. You look at this crack area and kind of look in the middle, like you see this box and then you see this line in the middle of the line in the box and at the crack, and it'll kind of be like around this area. You know, if you want to, you could kind of base off this and count how many times you move your mouse or something like that, but obviously it does matter on your crosshair. Personally, for me, this is really hard based off of this crosshair. The other crosshair might have been easier to throw it, I guess. I don't know. See, I fucked up. God damn it. I guess let me see what I did. I guess I overthrew it. Huh. Maybe the actual like movement, the what's this called? X-axis. Jesus Christ. All right, it doesn't fucking matter. So we're gonna throw it like this, a little bit more loose. I think I fucked that up. That might have been too high. Okay, no, I got it. Okay, so obviously, yeah, this does take some practice. I will clear out that I tried maybe twice and it worked once, so I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I got it. So pretty much this smoke's off mid-sight, right? So same thing. Consider this smoke, this Molotov, and this Molotov, right? And obviously the smoke, since it already faded. So same thing, right? But you don't have the catchy smoke. So what do? How do you cross without fucking dying? So here's the same thing. Pretty much follow the same strat, right? Your actual execute into apartments could be the same. You know, peek out with the flash, throw that, and then, you know, entry out. Now it's mollied off. You kind of just wait for the, you know, kind of clear bench as your friend throws the Molotov. And then jump here. Obviously, the molly takes how much? Like fucking 5 seconds. And now you could throw a molly into kitchen, which saves, obviously, the guy that entry shouldn't throw the molly because he probably threw this molly. But someone who hasn't thrown the molly, line up into here. It's pretty simple. I used to base it off of the plant. Not the plant. What am I saying? The palm tree, but the palm tree moves, so obviously I don't recommend it. But same spot, you can kind of look at the antenna, the far right of the antenna, and it kind of lands right for kitchen. So if this guy decides to commit, you know what I mean, he's gonna get mollied off. So even the cross, I guess I kind of fucked that up. Maybe there's a different way to throw it. I used to be able to throw it maybe like a bit lower. I don't know. Either way, Kitchen just mollied off. He's probably not even gonna want to commit to this, so he's just gonna wait, see if there's anyone peeking. So as this passes, you can obviously throw some sort of flash and peek out and get to bench. So the whole point of that smoke is pretty much to cross into bench, and if you're wasting a smoke for that, kind of useless. So might as well waste the molly. Then again, I mean, molly smokes, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure molly is even more expensive, so it really depends on what you feel. If you want, you can fucking run both of these and have a straight up wall. But I'm here to show you guys the smoke and consider how you would do it with a team if you feel like it. So this is what it would look like, literally as a wall. This window guy can't do anything. Mid-sight, you know, if this guy decides to fucking like peek this or some shit, you know, he's completely useless. Like, you see, this is intimidating. If you're a terrorist or counter-terrorist retaking and you see this, you're a bit scared. You're like, these guys know what the fuck they're doing and we're playing fucking Nova 1. Like, why the fuck does this exist, you know? Okay, thank you guys very much for watching. I'm sorry if I exceeded the 10-minute mark and triggered 2 of you guys, but thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. I guess fucking, yeah, I don't have an outro anymore. I mean, I could do an outro, but like I just kind of talk here and awkwardly end the video. 2 of you guys are still here. 2 of you guys have already triggered and left on the 2nd minute. And 50% of the people that no, wait, 2 minus 2. No, 2 plus 2 is 4. 100 minus 4 is 96%. So 96% of the people that have watched are completely gone. They just haven't. You see what I'm doing? I'm calculating math to make it look relevant so you can see that I passed the 10-minute mark. All right, enjoy the video. Bye.